You want to get more out of your oil paints than just a simple wash? Well, see you after this. Welcome to the Bear and the Brush, everybody, and this is part 2 to the Upgrade Your Speed Painting series. In the last video we talked about how to upgrade your zenithal and using a wash and a dry brush to upgrade the base for your contrast, speed paint and instant paints. Today we are talking about oil washes and oil paints and how you can use multiple colors just instead of one, how you can use an undertone and underwash for special areas, and what tools you might need to achieve this goal. Also, painting highlights on oils is really easy. So first of all, which oils do I recommend? I use mainly Abteilung 502 for washes. They dissolve great, they run great on the miniature into the crevices and cracks when you use the solvent or a thinner, and they are really pigment dense. Like, they don't stain that much, you can remove them easily, just great oil paints. I haven't tried painting in details with them, mostly because I have dark colors for washes, but as I was told, these are great for washes and I made that experience myself. If you want the most oil for your box, these Winton paints are great. They come in, I don't know how many, 24 I guess, and it's 12 milliliter tubes. They are not the best, but they are not the cheapest also. It's like the middle range from Winsor & Newton. The 12 milliliter is a good size, they will last you a long time, they make really good washes, and you can use them for painting details as well. If you are an absolute paint snob like I am, then get Flow. Flow is from scale 75 and I massively enjoy scale paints. I just got the Metal Alchemy paints, they are disgustingly good. I love the Scale Artist paints and these are an absolute upgrade. Yes, they are expensive and I got the huge wooden box, but I love them. They turn out to absolutely amazing washes and you can use them for details and fine blends. They work so well and they will last you forever. You don't need much. If you are careful how much you put out, these will last you a lifetime. Alright, let's talk tools. I really enjoy just a wooden palette for my oils. They work great. They absorb the oil a bit and let you work with your paints really well. But I still would try to drop off the oil on a piece of paper towel before. Also, there are glass palettes, which don't absorb the oil, but they are also really nice to work with when you're painting with oils. If you're doing washes, these small aluminum cups or these aluminum pellets work great. Never use plastic because it can react to the solvent and that would be bad. Mediums. There's a lot of stuff you can use. You will find a lot of stuff in art supply stores, but I prefer odorless paint thinner by Mona Lisa, Speedball, whatever. I got these from Amazon. Also there's odorless thinner from Abteilung, and even if they are odorless, use good ventilation. I got an air cleaner right here and I got a window right there because they are not good for your health. So keep that in mind. Also, Liquin is a really nifty tool. If you use this to thin your oil paints down, they will dry even faster because oil paints take a lot of time to dry, and with this stuff it will speed up. You can't make washes with this, but if you're painting details and you don't want to wait a day for them to dry up so you can varnish them, good stuff. So for getting the most out of your oil paints and your oil washes, there's two essential steps. First is pre-washing and the second is multicolor washing. So we are going in multiple layers and with multiple colors. It's pretty easy. Let's say you have hands and you have a face on an orb, even elbows, feet, ankles. put some oil wash on there before you do anything else, and let that rest for 15 minutes. Let me show you.
This process is quite easy. You grab a skin tone or a red and you just put it on the face, knuckles, knees, hands, elbows, ears, wherever the fleshy bits shine through.
Let's get to the second part. Multicolor. Don't use the same wash for every part in a squad. Let's say you have a squad of 10, they each have a backpack. Don't use the same brown on each backpack. You may have even used different tones for the backpacks when you use contrast paint. So use different wash tones to get variation in. And I just painted orcs. Why not using a purple wash on a green skin? A blue wash on a green skin? Hell, even a yellow wash, a brown wash. Do color variation, because we can remove stuff later and it will look epic.
It's important that we put all washes on top of the washes we did before. So if we did any skin tones or red tones on the fleshy bits, we just put every other wash on top. Also, we can put black wash or brown wash onto all the guns and leather straps, vary the color on the backpacks, on the pants, on the shoes, on the masks. If you want really dark recesses, use a black or a brown wash. And if you want some color variation, use a purple, a yellow, a green, a blue, it doesn't matter. Do what you feel is right.
Alright, we did the pre-washing, we did the multicolor washing. Now it's time to take that stuff back off again.
Again, this process is super easy. First of all, you need to decide how much tint you want to have on your mini or on your surfaces. So if you want more of a tint, just leave it to dry a little bit longer. Then just remove all the paint, all the old paint from the raised edges with a sponge and you get your highlights back. For parts that are harder to reach, there are these eyeshadow thingies. It's basically just a sponge on a stick. It works fine.
Now for the fun part. We are going to paint in the highlights and make the final blends on the skin, on the leather, on the weapons, on everything.
Painting in parts of the mini that don't need blending is super easy. But remember that the paint flows quite differently than acrylics would do. It's much thicker and it has way better coverage.
But listen to me. The most epic part of painting with oils is making blends. You take some lighter color, let's say a yellow for a green, and you put this on maybe the upper part of the shoulder. Just boop, a little bit of oil on there. Then you take a dry, clean brush and you just blend it out. Maybe compare it to feathering, but you don't have to hurry like with acrylics. It doesn't have to be wet. You have full control of the paint and you just feather it out and you get the creamiest, smoothest blends on your acrylic undercoat you have ever seen. It's freaking amazing. When you paint with oils, painting in stuff like details is so easy, because if you are making a mistake, just grab another brush, grab a bit of thinner, remove it. You can't fail. It's so liberating to paint in oils. I know what you want. You want to see the painted minis. Well, we got cheap options, we got expensive options. I think I showed options for everyone to get into oils. You can use washes, you can paint highlights, and even if you don't want to paint your details with oils, you can always switch back to acrylics. You won't even have to wait for the oils to dry. I would give them a chance, but basically you can paint all over them right away. I hope you try that stuff out, and you hope you enjoyed this episode of The Bear and the Brush. See you soon, guys. Bye bye. By the way, this video is sponsored by Kutami, my friendly local gaming store. And if you have any kind of hobby needs, please feel free to hit the link down in the description.